Hello. So, just so you know, I'm filming here. I'm doing the live here, and I'm also filming on my camera because I'm going to repost the replay of today's live, because I believe the information is going to be useful for you. I don't know if you caught my last YouTube video, not my last? Yes, my last couple of YouTube videos where I said that I will be posting more video pertaining to the potions, because we're really diving into the potions. I think it's enough talking about concepts. We need to really get into practice, and the clients and customers who come to me because they want to use the potions. They've accepted the fact that they will use the potion, and basically I want to make the experience optimal for them. Why are we using potions? As spirituals, when we are not aligned with our essence as feminine or as masculine, but if you come to me, you are a feminine who is in a path of manifesting the life of the sacred, the divine feminine, what I call the goddess lifestyle, which is basically bliss, harmony, and balance, as a woman who has understood that she is one with divinity, one with her divine essence, and that we were born with a divine entitlement to be in harmony. The goal is to find your mission, your sacred mission. And the goal is to be able to live, not necessarily make money from, okay? Because the notion of thriving materially is also an entitlement when we have accepted and live through the balance. So for some people, they're going to live and attract and manifest the wealth, the money that they need to live on this earth, to reach the comfort that they are meant to experience on this earth through work. And others will just practice and live and enjoy that sacred mission, and living and thriving and goddessing, which is a made-up word for me, goddessing through that sacred mission will have a, when you throw a pebble in water, it will have repercussions, like a boomerang effect, and bring them back the blessings that they're supposed to have. It is a divine entitlement. So it's about living in bliss, harmony, health, wealth, and romance as a masculine and as a feminine. So why are we using potions? Since ancient times, as far as, someone coming from a spirituality, an ancestral spirituality, like where I'm from, where we have passed on this knowledge from mother to daughter through centuries. Some of that knowledge, and a lot of it, is still found in the hieroglyphs and the papyrus of ancient Egypt, of Kama and of Nubia specifically. So this is for us Africans living through that ancestral civilization. Since then, and if you want to use goddesses like Hathor, like Isis, and later on, in Mesopotamia, Babylon, Sumeria, you have Ishtar. So all of these are legacies of the rites that were taught in ancient Egypt. This is my school of Tantra. And this is also what was taught to me, to my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-great-great-grandmother. As far as I can trace my ancestors through matrilineal tradition, it's been passed down to us. The use of elixirs that we put on our body, so using specific plants, specific stones, as incense, you know, the notion of, you know, channeling, and also the notion of scent. You know, scent is 4D, 5D, 6D. It's a different dimension, the notion of connecting and creating these portals through which you're going to manifest and stay in that vortex of divine essence. So this is something that you can find in every single place where I've gone to, every single culture, every single initiation I've done, from Hindu mysticism in the Tantra to, like I said, for us, indigenous African traditions, but also when I was trained in the Magdalene rites, same thing. The Gnostic texts talk about the use of specific oils that are sacred, specific essences, specific flowers that are specifically meant to target a specific area that you want to enlighten, awaken. Now, coming down to my civilization and the fact that it is deeply occult, we're talking about occult mysticism for us, okay? So it's not about energy, law of attraction, spirituality as a concept. For us, every single essence, every single plant, every single element pertains to a specific kingdom. I don't know if I've talked about it before on this venue, but there are several kingdoms, okay? So the human reign, the elemental reign, etc., etc. So I'm going to stick to the elemental reign. In nature, every single plant, every single tree, the river, the forest, the waterfalls, the canyons, the bees, every single element that is found in nature. Mais vas-y, passe.
C'était pas le moins de bruit possible.
It's my assistant. She was trying not to make noise.
Dans le salon.
Comme tu veux. Ouais. What was I saying? Every single element is attached to a specific spirit or entity. So you're going to have orishas, you're going to have luas. That is why, you know, in our tradition, you have the specific divinity that reigns over. You say reigns? REIGN. That reigns over, you know, for example, me, daughter of Oshun. It's going to be Sweet River, streams, waterfalls, and all of the elements that go with that. So whenever I go and I'm going to do an offering in the river and I'm going to take the blessings, I'm basically bringing forward not just my goddess mother, but all of the multidimensional entities, spirits that fall under that reign, that ministry, so to speak, who are going to give me more strength. That's why in my videos I talk about, you know, creating your goddess army. I use the word army, of course, lightly, because as a feminine, we're definitely anti, you know, the notion of war or going or chasing, things like that. But it's a matter of the more you grow in your spirituality, the more you allow these energies. That's the Western way of saying spirits. These spirits to come and live in your vicinity and keep blessing you. They work for you. It's just like in a factory. They work for you. So whenever I'm going to take different elements and start brewing a potion, start pounding, specific elements. I'm going to use oud, raw resin coming from a tree, oud. Why am I using oud? Of course, if you know oud, if you're from the Middle East or us Africa, because oud was used like 10,000 years ago already, with texts from even the Queen of Sheba, Zebba, were talking about how they turned frankincense, different essences, myrrh, and all of that. It comes from the regions where I'm from, so it's not something that was taught to me in a book or in a video. But why are we using, resin? Why am I using oud? Why is it an energy magnifier? Why is it going to bring you wealth? Because resin from a tree is blood. It represents blood. It represents our DNA. What I've been teaching you for a while now, and if you're new here, maybe you need to catch up. Our ancestral DNA, the first element of our divinity. And even if you look at biology, haven't you learned in school that haven't you learned in school that blood carries oxygen? The ashe, what we know as the breath of life, the prana in other cultures, they would call it that. So that's why I'm using oud. And yet, people will say, why, why using it? In the past, I used to have people asking me, because my potions are luxury, because that's the realm I evolve in. First of all, that's the realm where I want to bring my daikinis, all of the feminines who have accepted that life is not about suffering. There are going to be challenges, and challenges should only be when you reach the glass ceiling and you're ready to break it and move up and up, just like in a video game. Just like in a video game, you're supposed to grow, hurt, realize that the pain is an illusion and an opportunity to grow even more, break the glass ceiling, move up again, initiate again. That is why you're supposed to do all of these rituals, to cleanse you, to renew your energy, to make more space for more divinity, to live within you and in your vicinity. Because again, then this is really something you're going to understand. As per law of attraction, you manifest what you are. So if you're surrounded by divinity, if you're surrounded by thriving spirits, by energies that are abundant, infinite in nature, you're going to go about life manifesting, interacting only with things, people, actions, events, thoughts that represent abundance, wealth, the notion of never lacking. When you're in scarcity of any kind, if you have any kind of scarcity, whether it is financial, whether it is romance, whether it is health, whether it is any type of scarcity, anything that you're lacking, it shows that there's an imbalance, first of all. So you need to deal with that imbalance. Why are you living in that imbalance? Why have you been accepting it? How basically is your goddess not allowing you to thrive because you're not connecting with her? Or maybe she wants to teach you a lesson, and somewhere it really has an effect on your subconscious mind, and you start receiving these programmings as truths, except that they're false truths. So it's your job to continue on connecting daily, to have the discernment, the spiritual discernment, to realize that sometimes problems are just opportunities for you to grow even more. But what is going to allow you to be in balance? I'm not saying all the time a happy as a fake phenomena. I'm talking about balance, about being emotionally aligned, about not being a slave to the 3D interactions or 3D, whether it is good or bad, because again, in spirituality, we do not judge. It's not about judging. Some people are going to be extremely happy when good things happen, and some people are going to be, when something bad happens, then that's it, your mood is down. It shows that you are spiritually not balanced. You're not there yet, because you're still a slave to whatever the 3D is throwing at you, and you haven't understood that it starts from you. You have to stay consistent with you. Meaning, you wake up in the morning, and this is actually where I'm going to link this to today's video, which is about the potions, because I was making potions today. Actually, I have these potions that I'm making, these orders. This is Erzuli. So I'm finishing the orders of daikinis who ordered from the sale. And I believe this one is from Nadia. The reason why I'm saying it is because I'm going to post this video, and I hope you're going to see it. Goodness, but my camera is like low battery. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I didn't charge my camera. But anyways, linking it down to the potions. You wake up every day. You need to organize your life, your spiritual life, the same way you organize everything else in your life. You have to plan it. You have to put it on your calendar. I don't care about your circumstances. All of us go through stuff. All of us go through. Life is going to happen. You have to make yourself and your rituals the priority. So I've had, actually recently, a client who is a surgeon, who has a crazy schedule, waking up sometimes at 3 in the morning because she had like shifts like during the day or surgeries and things like that. And I told her, good for you. You still have to do the work. And maybe because she's structured, in the way that, as a Venusian, I'm the first to admit I'm lazy. It takes me a little, I need to get in the mood, So for me, it's about motivating myself. It's about being a little bit like brutal with myself so that I'm against the wall. I have to do it. But over the years, we're back. When you're doing something new, your body, even though you decided, yes, I'm going to do it, your subconscious mind it's a traitor. Your subconscious mind wants you to stay in your comfort zone. Whether you win at life or not, your subconscious mind job is to be like, no, this is not safe for us. Let's be here. Let's not step out of the comfort zone, which is an illusion. You have to shut down those egos of fear, of confusion, of what's the word? Hesitation. So in the beginning, you plan. You're saying, okay, this is my schedule. I know I'm supposed to put the potion twice a day. Morning and evening. It's a morning and evening routine. Just the same way you brush your teeth, morning and evening. At least some people, brush more after each meal or whatever. Morning and evening. So you wake up in the morning. And again, I don't care. I don't care if you have children. I don't care. The fact that you purchase my potion is not going to get you off of bed and carry you. It's still your job under the contract you signed, free will. It's still your job to continue on and to realize that the beginning is usually hard, but then your body gets used to it and realizes, I actually feel good. You need to move past the discomfort. Like people will go to the gym. I'm not like a gym person. I do like Samba. If I post stories of, when I go to Samba class or yoga or a little bit, but I'm not like an athletic person by any means. It's just that I need my energy to be moving. So, every day I do my yoni work. I do my, my postures and and every week. But for someone like me who was just so allergic to working out, in the beginning, it felt like I was dragging myself, right? Or sometimes my alarm just wouldn't go on, even though when I just need to wake up in the morning and come and do my ritual. If I tell myself, this is what we're supposed to do because I'm working with this spirit, this entity, or this goddess, and the job is every day, 3:40 a.m., especially if you do the Kabbalah and you have to work with angels and archangels, the hours are crazy. They're going to be like, this is the angelic hour. It's 3:40 a.m. I wake up round the clock, like 3:20. I'm awake already. I can't sleep. I move a little bit in my bed until I just get up. I go get a glass of water and I wait for, the angel, for example, in that case. Because I'm a spiritual, because I was born this way, because I've been this is my lifestyle. But to go to the gym, like, I would make up so many excuses in my mind. I wouldn't wake up. I would like rush and be like, I can't go today because I don't have time anymore. I missed this class, or there's Zumba. I'm not gonna go to Zumba because This is what's gonna happen in the beginning. You're gonna have a lot of resistance coming from your physical body. So I want you to write your planning down. You have to incorporate. That's the word I've been using for years. You have to incorporate your spiritual practice in your daily life. You have to take it as a task, as one of your daily tasks. Like you have your lunch break, you have your whatever. You have to incorporate morning, wake up at such and such time. I have to go, go to the toilet, the bathroom, do what I have to do, get a glass of warm water with my lemon, my turmeric, whatever, and I sit and then I do my morning ritual. Meditation, womb work. If you're in the goddess path, of course it's going to be womb work, connecting with your womb, and then starting to talk and receiving and aligning and chanting the mantras. You chant the mantras, you write your intentions, you have your incense, and then you do your affirmations. Once you're done with your affirmations, when your spiritual body and your mental body are all on the same page, like we've been doing this, we're manifesting this, another word that you love. For me, it's just about aligning. It's not about, you're always manifesting, but aligning to what you deserve, to what you're entitled to receive the right guidance spiritually. Remove whatever you may have had. Maybe in your dream, at night you travel to places that were toxic. So you brought your energy body, whatever it was, especially the astral body tend to go to other dimensions and bring back stuff. If you still linger in those egos, it's gonna take you to low vibrating places. So you need to do this morning routine so that you wash yourself spiritually. Whatever you may have brought back from a night of you not realizing it, you brought stuff back because you travel. Your Merkaba vehicle waits for you to go to sleep, and then boom, it separates from your body and you travel. You don't always go to divine, beautiful, like gardens and, where it's all filled with diamonds and people singing. Sometimes you go and you pick up stuff. So you have to do it every morning. You do your routine every morning. And then when you finish, you seal your routine with your potion. So that now that your body's cleansed and you have awakened that goddess, you just walk around like a beautiful flower, fairy, mermaid, whatever you are, whatever element you are linked to, and you just walk, because you've also done the programming of the mind, of the subconscious mind, by doing the repetition of the affirmations. Some people also do tapping once they, when they do the affirmations while tapping. I like doing that. I like doing my affirmations, tapping, facing the mirror, and actually laying down and tapping in my womb and stuff like that, because I'm flowy in my energy. And that's actually something, I said this without realizing, but you have to keep it sexy. You have to get to a point where you look forward to your morning routine, your spiritual morning routine, to the point where no one can actually stop you from doing that routine. It has to come to a point where it's like, I'm looking forward to it, because it feels so good when you connect to yourself and you're there and you're dancing, you're singing, you get to a trance, because it's your spirit self, your goddess, who is dancing within you, and you're going to see her expand in your physical space and beyond your physical space. You're going to start feeling you know, the atmosphere changing around you. And that's when you know that actually she's expanding, she's taking space within you. She is happy. So you seal with your potion. Now, the reason why I made this video is because Julia told me, we got an email, and she translated the email from English to French. I'm trying to get her to speak English, but it's a process. And she actually told me, she's like, well, you know, your customers and clients speak English as well. They can't speak French. Why are you forcing me to speak English? Like, you know, so I understand. She's a French girl, French speaker. So, but anyways, I want her to learn English. But she's basically translating to me quite awkwardly that Nadia sent me this email about, you know, like she wants further instructions on how to use the potion. Now, one thing I want to say specifically for Nadia, and I don't know if she's there, because she's been a VIP client of mine, and I would expect you to trust yourself more, because we've done work to decalcify your pineal gland. That's you? I can't see you. Yeah, it's you. You look sexy on the beautiful. Nadia is so beautiful. Such a candid soul. Beautiful. More beautiful that she even understands the way I see her. But I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed that you would ask me that question, because at this point, having done the stuff that we've done, you need to trust yourself more. There's the stuff that I'm going to tell you, just like you do, like you get a prescription with your medication, like, you know, drink this, empty stomach, blah, 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 blah. And then there's the stuff that you're like, okay, let me step out of the prescription and use it the way my goddess wants me to use it. And this is what I want from you. I wanted you to tell me, okay, I got the potion, you know, not really sure if I'm doing the right thing, but this is what I felt, or this is what I heard, or in my dreams, this is what I saw. I would like all of you to be spiritually autonomous, because you are your own guru. I'm not your guru. I am a messenger. I hold a torch to show you a way. Not the way, a way. It's a kickstart. But I've told that to many of my daikinis. At some point, I would love for you to email me to tell me, hey, you know, I'm doing such and such, or for me to follow, like to go on Instagram and see your content or your videos on YouTube, or an ad or whatever saying, oh my God, she's doing this, and I become your client. I've done that, but with other daikinis where they sell like jewelry, clothing, or even, you know, like spas and stuff like that. But in terms of healers, I've had so many daikinis who have this priestess soul, the priestess path. And I get really frustrated, because if only you trusted. And maybe it's because, I don't know, but I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe it's because some of you have imagined spirituality or psychic abilities to look or be a certain way. And it's almost like it's been constructed by, again, the media, without even you knowing it. There's an imaginary thing that was created, that was implanted in your mind, and somehow you are waiting for that thing that maybe you saw in a movie or someone told you. Everyone is going to be different. However, everyone is a guru. You are your own guru. So you need to trust that. If we've done, especially if you've been a VIP of mine, there is no reason why today you're not courageous and live in the know. Okay? And Anyway, it's not about Nadia. It's not about you, Nadia. I'm just speaking in general. You're stronger than you think. You're magical by default. You were engineered to be magical by default. You are one with the cosmic goddess, with the creator, the feminine creating force herself. You are magical. You are a spell on your own. You are, and that is why so many of you who believe so much in the scarcity are actually cursing yourself. Because you're so powerful. But when we've done work, when you connect with your ancestors, you know what offerings you need to do. You know how to ask, and you've practiced enough so that you know how they talk to you. Even though in the beginning maybe the symbols might be weird, you don't know, I saw an eagle, what does that mean? Or I saw cowrie beads, what does that mean? Or I saw this person, is it really my great-grandmother? Whatever. Start first by acknowledging the vision or the connection or the communication, and then you go back. It's a relationship you're creating with the spirit world. I can tell you, which is a question a lot of, actually in every session I think, or at least every first session I've had this question asked to me directly or in disguise, like how, like MP, how do you see? How do you receive the messages? Like you want me to describe to you my way of channeling. Like you want that as a model, as an example. But you set yourself up for failure, because the way I see and I encounter and I communicate and I receive the messages is never going to be like yours. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever. And if you're looking for somebody else's way, you're basically programming yourself to have like lenses, like like you've seen like horses, how they put like blinders in their on their eyes, so they're just supposed to look straight forward. You need to open yourself up so that your entire body becomes an oracle, so that you can feel when spirit is talking to you, or spirit wants to talk to you, and you have something, maybe a pinch, a discomfort, a wave, something. You need to start putting it on your calendar that you're going to connect. The same way you're like, I'm going on a date on Thursday with this person, or with my husband, or whatever. You need to plan it. Okay? It wasn't even the topic of the video. But anyways, okay. The prescription when you receive the potion, the main basic prescription. You get your potion, you run it under water, okay? It can be symbolic, just like a little bit, but you've seen me also, like all of my potions, I baptize them before sending them to you. The thing is, between me and the myriad of people who are going to touch the box before you receive the potion, you're going to have a lot of interactions, a lot of energies that are going to come into play. These people carry their own karma, their own thoughts, their own whatever. So by coming in contact with your potion, even though the potion is sealed, I still would like you to purify it. So how do you do it? You run it under water, under lukewarm, or whatever water temperature is comfortable for your skin. You use it for your potion. Okay, so you're not going to use cold water unless you love it, and you're Swedish and you like cold icy water, like Otherwise, no, you run it under water that is comfortable for you. You have to understand that potion, you see it with your human eyes as a bottle, like as a perfume bottle. But in reality, the potion is ushered by a village of spirits with the goddess that you called upon. So for this case, there's Zuli taking the lead, coming on her throne. It's not energy the way white people, I'm not saying that as an insult for white people, but because I see so many videos of mainstream, like law of attraction energy people. It's not floating energy. It's not like, no. These are spirit entities. That's why it's called spirituality. Spirit entities, divinity entering your home. So they're marching in your home. So whenever she reaches you and you have her guardians that start taking position around the four corners of your home or your room or whatever, you're welcoming her. So you remove whatever the package is, you take your time. You take your time. And you have to understand that when she comes with you, or when you have the Trinité, the whole pack, they all come to you as a triangle, as a trinity, a triangle force, as a flat pyramid, becoming the Merkaba. Okay? This is sacred geometry. Nothing that I do is just like, there's a symbolism to everything. Nothing is a coincidence. And if you look at different types of even monotheistic religions, haven't you noticed the notion of three? The notion of three, the balance of three, the pyramids that you find not just in Egypt, but in the Maya temples all over. Why? Sorry, I get carried away. This is initiate level stuff, but I think that if you just close your eyes and you feel, your brain, because it is divine, by default has the ability to see these things, to understand those symbols. So you receive the potion, it's out of the box, you take it. Okay, so this is Nadia's potion. And I'm so glad I did this live spontaneously and you're here. This is another potion that is made, okay? So you get your potion. You're going to do it the way you want to do it, the way you feel like doing it. Okay? So you're going to hold it. You can put it under running water, even though I would not necessarily recommend that. Either you put your hand over the nozzle, of the tap, and you send it light so that whatever comes from wherever your water comes from, because here again we're not using like source water, we're not using like fresh river water, whatever. So if you're using water from the tap, you're going to send light so that whatever is toxic is not going to come to your bottle, and you're just going to let the water run through the palm of your hand where the light is, where you're connected with that divine aspect of you, and then you're just going to run it over the potion. That's one way. If you have river water, you take it, you put it. If you have rainwater, you put it on it. If you have something like Florida water or cologne, like the ones that we use in our culture, it's a different thing. Okay, here it's pure water. It's baptism that we're doing. You baptize your bottle, your just like you should baptize everything. You should baptize your day every day. Every day I wake up and I'm like, I baptize this day to be this, this, and this. I'm intentional about it. I bless my day every day. I bless my food. I bless. You have to baptize things. You have to claim these things. So anyways, she's baptized. You're going to leave her near a candle. If you're using the Trinité and you have the thing, you're going to have the 3 candles like you see these burning here. You're going to put your potion there, near. Not like so close so that the candle is going to create a problem, okay? Be careful. Again, here we're dealing with spirits. So in your home, for sure, you have spirits who are not necessarily happy about the change that is going to make the swap. Okay? Because you're basically removing. Light attracts light. Like a magnet. So whatever you manifested in terms of your life right now is the equivalent of the types of spirits who live in your home, right? Yeah. This is logic. Maybe you can understand. So once we're bringing new elements, you have to also understand that there's a swap that's going to take place. there might be resistance. There might be resistance because these elements may not want to go elsewhere. They're becoming homeless. They're gonna have to look for another person's home to find. You know, it's a jungle out there. So be careful. You use the potion. You place it. You intend it for that candle. You can write the name of the Erzuli. You can use her Veve, or you can use if it's your Shun potion, you can use your Shun potion Zeve. You can use your Lalita Shri Yantra, her signature. You know how you pierce through the portal in order to honor her, even though she's already here. But you're honoring her, just like when you go to a conference and everyone knows who the speaker is, but someone is going to still introduce them like, hi, welcome to this conference. Miss Pravala is going to speak now about goddess spirituality. Of course, I know my name. It's about honoring. You honor the fact that she's, her presence in your home. So you're going to leave the candle burning as long as the candle is burning. You can get a small candle, a big candle, or whatever. Okay? If you only have this potion here, it's better to use a pink. Her colors, the pink potion, a pink candle. If you have the Trinité, it's going to be golden. The three of them, golden candle. Or white candle. Okay? If you ordered Lalita, you're going to use an orange kind of amber color, or you use also a green candle because we're tapping onto the emerald realm, which is what the potion, Lalita's potion, is infused with. If it's Oshun, you get a golden candle. You can even get it, bling it up by adding like strass, sprinkles or whatever, or a white candle. Okay, for the purpose of this video, you're using pink or white. White is always a good color by default. Okay, when you use white, it's nice that you write her name on it because you're connected with the entire divinity, with the whole realm of light beings. But with goddesses or luas or Orisha, it's nice to honor, to really to have that extra touch, like it's you. It's you. It's not an emissary. I don't want a messenger. It's you. I'm calling upon you. And they're multidimensional beings. So if you call her, she's coming. You have to be intentional with your magic. So, offerings. Potion or not, if you're dealing with ancestors, spirits, orishas, luas, ombwiris, genies, ancestors, you have to do an offering. Actually, for any spiritual entity. I mean, when you invoke and you need the help of angels, most likely, even in Gnosticism or even in monotheistic religions, because I was for a long time, I was raised forced Christian for a long time. Still, these angels and archangels are powerful, beautiful beings, and they require something for them, it's more about channeling their energy, the atmosphere, the ashe, to change it. So you're going to use incense, specific incense or specific candles. Archangel Michael, you're going to use blue, etc., etc. Raphael, green, Gabriel, etc., orange, etc., etc. For us, the way it's been done, even though we tweak it a little bit, we make it modern, because of the way we live. Most of us live in modern housing, But it's still good to go, at some point to the forest or in a village or whatever to do it the proper way, because this is how it was taught. But you still need to do offerings. Offerings are going to be for these specific entities. It's going to be 3 things. It's going to be fruits, beverages, and flowers. I'm saying and. It's and or. Either or. You don't have to use all of them. And it's not about cheating the system. It's not about, oh, I'm gonna do like a huge offering and I'm still gonna like think the same crappy way, do the same crappy things and whatever, and because I gave a big offering, you feel like you're buying their affection. No. It's intentional. You have to do your best based on what you feel you received as a message. Basically, what do they need? What do they need at the moment that you're doing the offering? So, because she's already in your home, the goddess is already in your home, there's no other way around it. You have to receive. You're going to receive the messages. You just have to stick to the rituals, exercise discernment. Changes also would probably mean have a lot of moments in silence. Not necessarily meditating, but in silence. Practicing silence. They're going to communicate with you in ways that are subtle. The more your physical body trusts their presence, the less resistance your physical body is going to put into the process of channeling. So, practice silence. 5 minutes. Just tell yourself, okay, every day I'm going to do I do my affirmations 3 times a day. Before my affirmations at noon, I'm going to take 5 minutes before the affirmations and just sit silently. So maybe you do, maybe it's like during your lunch break, and you have a lunch break and you take 15 minutes for your affirmations. You're going to take 5 minutes before that, prior to that, to be like, okay, before my affirmations, I finish eating. It has to be like a wrap. But you can wear white in the beginning. You just wear white. Do your best. And then you go to the place where you do your rituals, and you're going to serve a plate. No cooked food. So I said fruits, flowers, and beverages. When you work with the Trinité, ça passe? Okay. Oui. Ça s'est arrêté, je sais pas pourquoi.
Non, ça vient. Je reste là ou?
Non, ça va. Si ça coupe, je vais t'appeler encore. Okay. I'm just saying if it cuts, I'm just gonna call her again because it kept cutting. If you work with the Trinité, you basically have the whole sisterhood of goddesses actually with you. So you're even going to hear sometimes a Thor coming to you, or you're going to hear, even a star coming. And whenever there's an, Yemaya, it may show up, because those 3, with the inverted triangle, they bring all of the sisterhood of goddesses with them. It's powerful. So even if you feel like I have Lalita or Shuna, no, the whole Venusian sisterhood is coming. It's opening you up. You have no idea. But anyways, so you have a plate, which is going to be a generic plate, where you're going to put a couple of flowers, here and there, fruits that you're going to cut up, and you're going to have 3 glasses of something to drink. So it should be water, it should be juice, or and an alcoholic beverage. Traditionally, you don't have to be traditional, because my tradition is now my tradition is still the the norm. But I want to say be intentional. Whatever you feel is best at that time, do your best always. Don't give too much because you want to cheat the system, but don't give too little because no. They're there with you. It's about honoring them. It's not about fearing them. Okay? We don't bow down. We're divinity ourselves. We're just in a physical body. It's about honoring. It's about acknowledging that you signed a contract, a soul contract with them, that they were going to help you at this point in this journey, and you did your part of the bargain, of the contract, and they're doing their part. It's an acknowledgement. Honoring is acknowledging. So you put the plate, okay, with, I want to say the beverages. So it's water, traditionally water. In terms of the sweet beverage, I don't know why, since my great-grandmother, 150 years ago, it's orange soda, and rum, white or brown rum, because as you know, in the whole actually of Africa, the notion of sugar cane, and it was even exported to North America. It has a symbolic, mystical, magical symbol of it connects you to the sweetness of life, of everything, attracting everything sweet to you. Which is what even the hoodoo tradition, borrowed, and you're going to see a lot of symbolism on that. If you want to hurt someone, you're going to get ingredients that, you're going to get pimento, or you're going to get chili peppers or whatever. You're going to get stuff that actually hurt. It's become common sense, So these are the three things that you would use traditionally. I will tell you that personally, I use, because this is what my Oshun, my Lalita, and my Erzuli Freda I've been wanting from me. And I've told me even the day I was initiated and they spoke, and they didn't speak to someone, they spoke to me. And they said, this is what we want. One of the ingredients was champagne. It was either pink colored champagne or golden champagne. This was the mandatory thing. So if I'm working with goddesses, luas, orishas, or goddesses, it's going to be the liquor. It's not going to be a liquor. It's going to be champagne. That's me. That's what was imposed to me. This is what my Oshun, my Erzuli, my Lalita told me. This is what we like from you. This is the stuff that we want. So you start from the generic. This is what you're going to give to them until, for this case, Erzuli speaks to you and tells you that, no, don't give me a generic plate. I want this, this, and that. And you will know. However she's going to speak to you, either through clairaudience, through seeing the sight, through your dreams, through a thought, through an image that's going to pop when you go out, and it's going to be it's going to be like a truth, like something that you can't shake. It's going to be, we say in French évidence, but it's not the word, it's not the translation. It's going to be like, it's going to be a fact. An inner know that no one can take away from you. You're going to be like, I heard, just like for me, she said champagne. She showed me pink or gold champagne. How did she tell me this? I can't explain to you. The people who did my initiation knew. So they told me, when I said it was like, okay, yeah, I was about to say something secret. Okay. You're going to know. But you have to start with the generic. And know that when it's, sometimes she's going to be like, I don't need beverages. I just need fruits. What fruits? I want this fruit. And you start having this dialogue with her. Like, okay, you sit with your potion, you're holding, in the morning when you do your morning ritual, or your evening ritual, you're holding, okay, I heard you told me this. Is it true? You're going to feel it. You're going to hear it. You're going to know like, oh yeah, it's true. Okay, what should I get? And you're going to feel, hear, see, or whatever. Apples, 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 apples. If you don't hear anything, you're going to be like, okay, I don't know what you're telling me. I don't know what you're telling me, but maybe it's me who's not, or maybe you don't want to tell me now, but please tell me today. I need to know before the end of the day when I do my ritual tonight. I need to know what you want specifically, because I want to please you, because you're doing so much and I spent so much for you. We need to be working together, because you still sacrifice your money, your energy, your resources to buy from me, but to get to them. Ultimately, it's to optimize it. And throughout the day, you have to make sure that you don't get angry, that you don't procrastinate, okay? Meaning that don't spend the day like watching videos, Netflix, TikToks, or whatever, because your mind is on a hamster wheel when you do that. So it's like this, and it's not allowing your brain to be open, like an antenna to receive those messages. On that day, you're also not going to do something out of the ordinary with your hair. Meaning that, for sure, on that day, if you're asking something, because your hair is your antenna, even though I'm having braids and extensions, but I still have hair, okay? So I'm still receiving, especially if I'm not using human hair as extensions on my hair that I haven't cleansed, that I haven't purified, because then all of that creates confusion in the messages, because a woman who's going to wear hair that belong to another or several other, like human hair, you need to remove that karma. You need to remove the consciousness of those people or of that person on the hair you're going to put on your hair, because you're receiving their karma. That's another don't do anything on that day to your hair that is, don't get if you're asked, just make sure that, okay, today I'm not getting a hair appointment where I'm going to do like an extension or weave or whatever on my hair. That's going to be like somebody else is touching my hair, my head, or some chemical element getting on my head, because this is where you channel. You're going to drink a lot of water, because that's what's going to help the ashe like flow. So opening you as a vortex once again. It's basic stuff, really basic stuff. The most important one is really not to be distracted. If you ask a question to divinity, it feels like that's a day where you're going to want to receive the message. So not worrying about the message, surrendering to the message, almost like a bride to our husband, okay? Surrendering, leaning towards, being in expectancy that you're going to receive it, but without the worry, without looking and searching for signs and symbols. Living as though it's coming, and that it's going to come to you when the time is perfect, and when you're ready, and you're going to understand what it means. And it's not even like rocket science. It's really not. It's about just, what offerings am I supposed to give you, really? If you go out and you start seeing, you walk by someone who sells fruits, and a lady in front of you drops like a whole basket, and it was a basket of oranges, boom, that's it. Like, it's oranges, okay? Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. They're going to speak to you in it's almost childlike, the way divinity, because divinity is simplicity. It's the human mind, the subconscious mind, the egos that want to complicate things. They're going to speak to you in a way that is so like, how did I not think of it? And then, okay, so offerings. And then you do your evening ritual. The evening ritual is for me, both of them are mandatory in the beginning. However, what you need to keep in mind is the notion that you're going to bed with divinity. So same thing. Even if you don't do like a full ritual, at least listen to your mantras and do your 15 minutes affirmations. That's it. You don't have to connect with your womb, your yoni, or whatever. Just as you're reciting the mantras or you're reciting the affirmations, just place your hands. They're just a regular. I'm not telling you to do like the complicated hand mudra for the yoni. Just do a simple yoni mudra, okay? Symbolically, just connecting. And then you're going to ask, just say, you know, I'm receiving, whatever you need to tell me. I need to know, keep me protected at night and whatever. This is actually even a talk that you need to have with your ancestors every night. But at least recite your mantras. Just the mantras are what, 15-20 minutes, and then you add 10 minutes to it for your affirmations, and then you apply your potion. You're going to apply your potion 3 ways. So if you only ordered one potion, you're going to do the ring of light. Basically, you're getting the potion. Let me use an empty bottle. So let's say this is a full potion, okay? So you're going to get don't shake your potion, okay? Don't shake it unless you want your changes to happen abruptly and have like all kinds of things. I tend to like change like this, but with age I like softer. But anyways, you turn it around, turn it around 3 times. Usually what's going to happen, if you're intentional about it, if you're already in yoga, meaning union, one, all of your body energies being one, you know, all of your bodies, you know, body, what do you call it, astral, sattvic, whatever, yogic body, all of your body system, one with divinity, one with yourself, so aligned, and one with divinity. It's complicated. It's a complicated way to be like, to just say that you're intentional. So you're in the moment. As you're doing it, you're doing it. You're not doing it and thinking about something else. You're doing it. I'm using my potion. I am using my potion. You're not using your potion and thinking of something else. It's easy. So you take it. You're going to not contaminate this. Even though I will have to sanitize this after. You're going to place it on the first finger. Only. And you're going to do the ring of light. So you're going to do a circle around your feminine part. Imagine this is your feminine part. So you're not going to touch anything that has fluid. Any pink, brown, light brown, whatever here, or dark brown or dark black, the stuff that is soft, okay? Because I don't want to say the words. You're going on the skin part. Ring of light, one. Second finger. Third finger. Okay. You can do it once at the same time, but what I find is that it's the potion starts dripping, and I don't like that. You can do it just like the first time, like doing the 3 fingers all together, or you can do it da da da, da da da, and da 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 3 times. Ring of light. That's when you have only one potion. When you have the 3. When you have the Trinité, you have to work with the energy of 3. You have to work with the Yoni Mudra. You have to work with the energy of the pyramid. So you're going to place your Erzuli, your ruby potion, So again, this is your intimate part. You're going to place it on top, right here. Okay? So imagine, this is me. I'm going to place it right here. So not where the little flower bud is of our intimacy, okay? Above, where there's skin. One dot, okay? So you place it on your finger. I've showed the video, it's right there. So you place it on that dot. You take the second portion, the lalita, you put it on the second finger and you rub it. So you have to go circular motion clockwise. So you start this way. You rub it, you rub it, you rub it. You start activating that energy center. That throne, that seed where this goddess actually has influence in your body, has actually in your cave where she resides. Second potion, you're going to place it on your right ovary. That's your lalita potion, your emerald potion. So you're going to do the same thing with the second finger. You're going to rub it. The reason why I decided to use this notion of using fingers is just to not contaminate the potion. Pretty much, okay? That's simple, just so that you don't have like, you know, transfer. And your third finger, so, you know, your shun potion, you place it and you put it on your left ovary. Going, again, clockwise, you just rub, rub. And you seal, basically that's how you seal whatever ritual you're doing. If you're not doing a ritual, if you don't have time that day, just hold the potion silently. You call the name of the goddess and you say, okay, today I don't have time, but continue to bless me. This is what I want for today. Boom. You know, or even generic, just connecting with her, feeling her presence, seeing her in the way you see colors in your mind, and she's going to show up to you, and you're going to feel her nodding, and you know, period, and you place it on it. So that's the second way, for those who have Trinity. Now, throughout the day, you can put your potion throughout the day. Whenever you feel like you have to align, say something happened and you're disturbed by something, you need to align. So you're going to breathe. You're going to breathe intentionally through your yoni, going up in your womb, and you're going to start the Magdalene breath. So you inhale, going in, so you really visualize that light going and hitting your heart, coming out as you exhale and going through your yoni and coming up. So you're basically creating, this is the Magdalene breath I told you like 3-4 years ago. That's what Mary Magdalene, Magda, showed me. I don't know if that exists, if other healers or other Venusians have talked about it. Probably, maybe, I hope so. That's what she showed me, the infinity breath. So connecting our feminine centers, the heart to receive, to open, to not tighten up, to not contaminate your solar plexus, your masculine center, and forcing you to chase, to doubt, to seek validation, to all of those things that or keep you afraid, or you know, acting out of scarcity. So for us, it's the heart, the feminine energy. So that breath is really getting the ashe circulating, feeding, exploding in the heart, going down, and our creation center in our womb, boom, exploding once again in the sacral chakra, and doing this infinity breath. You're going to do it just 3, 4, 5, 3 minimum. But then you can just, as you know, as long as you've done 3 times, if you feel the need to do more, you're going to breathe more. And doing this and really ushering with your mind, with your inner eyes, you're going to usher that breath. And you're going to feel more and more relaxed, more and more secure, more and more safe in your body. You're going to distance yourself from the illusion of whatever was disturbing you, whatever made you angry, whatever made you react. And it's going to also help you forgive yourself for that moment, because in all, you know, being still human in a physical body, egos, you know, that you need to give attention to, give love to, are going to show up in a way that is going to make your life uncomfortable many times. Sometimes in the beginning, especially when you're just starting in spirituality, it is so difficult because you just have resistance over resistance. It's about just breaking down those barriers with love, intention, discernment, and silence. Just like it's no big, it's an illusion, it shall pass. So when it happens during the day, you can, you know, you do that, you breathe, and then you're gonna take your potion, whatever potion comes to mind, whatever goddess is like, pick me, like I'm here to help you now. Or whatever the situation is and you feel like this is the equivalent of the situation that I'm going through. If it is a situation of maybe working too hard or feeling like, oh my God, I don't have time for me. And you're like, you know, Erzuli is going to be the one, because it's about pampering, it's about receiving, being served, it's about being a priority, you know. So it might be just logic, just human logic, and being like, okay, I'm going to grab Erzuli's potion right now. Or just the goddess that picks you. If it is about you being resisting something, or, you know, leaning into that toxic masculine because you're used to being in defensive mode, because you're used to being in survival mode, then you're gonna go to Oshun potion, because it's about surrendering, leaning, receiving, you know. So you do that, you do your breath, whatever potion says pick me, you pick her up. And of course you're not gonna, wherever, if you're outside or at work or whatever, you're not gonna, like, you know, go to the public bathroom and do a yoni ritual right there because you want to use your potion. No, you're going to take the potion and place it on your perfume point, and you're going to smell the potion, and you're going to receive and receive and breathe into that spirit so that she can, you know, come back in your physical body. Okay. Your body is a temple. Your body is a host of divine spirits, divine energies, or not, actually. So when you lean to your egos and it takes over your body, basically you don't have, there's no more space for divinity to be in your body. So it goes back down and like just kind of like goes back to sleep in your womb, or actually leaves your physical body, your physical temple. Okay? So I have a ton of questions which have nothing to do with what I'm talking about today, so I'm not going to get into confusion. People are throwing names: Cleopatra, Nefertiti, Pumbashira, Shakti. This is all over the place. Brachiel, Muriel, I don't know what the question is. There's no question in reality. Let's keep the questions to my potions. And that's that, because today is not an open day. You know, there was a theme for today's video, which actually was, the reason was really serving Nadia and anyone who had a question about the potion. So Aphrodite, Anahita, etc., Lilith, you know, all of these. I don't know what the question is, but it certainly has nothing to do with the potions. Cleopatra, Nefertiti, yes. I don't know. I still, like, I don't have a question. There's no question. So I'm gonna end the video here today. I hope it answers your questions. Your question about the potions, how to use the potions, and the, you know, channeling and really living and starting thriving using the potions. I'm going to post the same video on YouTube, because look, I don't know, do you see the camera? So I'm filming at the same time because I'm taking advantage of every time I make a video to post content, but I don't have time to edit, so I'm just going to compile like all the, because it cut several times, so I'm just going to compile it into one video and post it on YouTube for reference. And anyone who's going to order the potions, it's going to be one of the videos you can refer to when it comes to what kind of offerings to do when I receive my potions, how to receive my potions, how to use my potions. So it's going to be this video, which I think is very, I really went into details, maybe too many details actually. But yes, I'm going to go back to working because it's already nighttime here, even though it's only about 6 p.m. I have to dress the potion just like I dressed this one. This one is not finished. I need to like cut and whatever. So I'm gonna dress Nadia's potion, and I also have a Lalita to do tonight, but then I have to go work out. Yeah, because I haven't moved today, so I need to shake my body a little bit, shake my energy. So Nadia, your potion will be shipped to you next week. If it's ready by Tuesday, if I feel like it's fully activated by Tuesday, it will be Tuesday. Otherwise, it will be Thursday. Remember, I only ship on those 2 days. That's the days, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days when I do admin work, emails and stuff like that. I'm dressing the potions. However, I'm not doing anything magic today on Tuesday. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do it on Friday. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go now. Thank you. There are 20 people here, which is amazing because I actually figured I was gonna do a live with no one. You know, I didn't tell you that I was gonna show up today. I just wanted to have content to post on YouTube. That's really why I showed up. So thank you for coming and sticking with the video. I hope you learned something. I hope it inspires you to love goddess and ancestral spirituality. Okay? Bye. Bye. Thank you so much.